Today on the Bong Water Says podcast, we are answering questions we will be doing. Stick around if I haven't turned you off already. All right, I went ahead and read through the news today, and I gotta tell you, nothing interesting at all. Nothing piqued my interest. All the tech blogs are a-buzzing with Apple News announcements. They just announced new things, and then guess what? We already know what they're going to release next, so save up money. You just bought this one 2 days ago. Save up more money, buy the next one. I don't care. But I am going to be talking about gear because I'm an addict. I want to talk about other new gear, and I'm going to say the thing. You've been listening to it. Gets weirder every time. I swear in about 50 episodes, I'm going to be standing on my head, speaking in tongues when I say that. Or standing on my head, spanking. I'm not going to finish that thought. That would be weird. Anyway, I am on the Shure SM5b. I threw myself off with that. The Shure SM5b. This is not a pill. This is a microphone. It's a famous microphone. I reviewed it a year ago. You may be thinking, Bandrew, that is not your Shure SM5b because the windscreens do not look as though they are going to give you hepatitis. I assure you, it is my Shure SM5b. In that video, I think that I complained about the fact that you can't get replacement windscreens for this microphone. Well, times they are a-changin'. I can't remember any other lyrics to that song right now. The times they are a-changin'. Copyright claimed. Thanks a lot, YouTube. But I am using this because I found some. There's somebody who started making them. They are not cheap. Are they exorbitantly expensive? Are they prohibitively expensive? Why am I over-enunciating my T's? I don't know. Yes, they are. A set of these windscreens will cost you around $150 to $200. It is so much money. But I thought about it while I invested $600, $800, something like that, buying this classic microphone. But I'm terrified of actually using it for fear of actually getting ill from the pop filters. So I figured, what's $200? I've already wasted $800. I might as well actually use it. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, it's a hole. It's a sunk hole, sunk cost. I have a degree. I know words. I don't care. I know it's a waste of money, but I have it now, and I can use it now. And that's what you're listening to. As far as who makes them, it's the president of Auralex. If you don't know, Auralex. Because I said oral exciter, and apparently that's not how you say it. It's oral exciter, because oral exciter sounds like something way better than oral exciter. It's Auralex. They make the sound treatment foam. So they know foam, and he made foam to fit on the SM5b, because on their website, by the way, 5bwindscreens.com, he says he has 6 of them or something. Something. That's why I am over-enunciating, because when I don't think about it, I just mumble. So we're going to talk about things. What? So that's what I'm using. The Shure SM5b. I don't know if that was interesting. I don't know if that was helpful. If you use a Shure SM5b, I know you are thinking, where can I get $200 to buy those windscreens because I want them. I need them. I'll tell you, if I like how this works out, I'm probably going to buy 4 of them to just store in a closet, because who knows if they're going to make them for much longer. And if I like how this microphone sounds and I want this to be my microphone, I might as well have something, might as well have a way to use it. Although I guess I wouldn't be concerned about getting ill with my own spit, would I? Well, give it 10 years. I'm sure I would be. All right. That's it. Let's talk about what you had to say. First comment comes from Lyowin. They say, For those needing a Spectral Denoiser and you are running Windows, I would suggest getting the Reaper VST package from Reaper's site. It is free and very simple to use. Sadly, those on Mac, this option is still not available for whatever reason. I need to update the video I made a few years ago on the plugin, but it is still a valid video. Lyowen, thank you very much for the comment. I appreciate it very much, and I am always happy to include software recommendations such as this, especially from companies as reputable as Reaper. I think the Reaper download plugin set is very common in Windows OBS audio setups when there are videos saying, this is the best audio setup for OBS. It's always reliant on REA, R-E-A, REA Gate, REA EQ, and I think those are all the Reaper plugins. So there you go. If you need a Spectral Denoise, I had no idea that was a part of the kit. That's amazing. Go to Reaper's website. They make a DAW that a lot of people swear by. I'm still a Logic boy. I got little baby beta ears with my HD 650s, and I'm just a little baby beta Logic Pro X user. I don't use big brain Reaper. There you go. Let's go to the next comment from the moderator. This is what happens when I don't do much preparation. I got a really good night's sleep last night. I've been saying, I'm going to be a 95-year-old man. Yesterday, I was in bed and asleep by 8:30, so I am well on my way. Don't threaten me with an early night, because I will take you up on it. I'm totally gonna do that again. It was so nice waking up at 5:30, just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, just ready to go get the day. Is that how people feel every day after they wake up? Do I have a problem? Because every day I just wake up and say, God, I hate everything. This is the worst. That may be something else, not just sleep deprivation. Okay, next comment from the moderately annoyed Canadian. He says, I have to admit, every year my buddy Steve and I go to the Calgary Stampede, and he still spends the night, and we're both pushing 40. The moderately annoyed Canadian, or Mac. I could call you Mac. Mac, thank you very much for this comment. You have given me permission to revert farther back into times prior. This is not going to be healthy for me. I'm going to start looking for friends. That sounds weird. I have friends. I'm going to start calling, hey, want to have a sleepover? We'll walk over and get soda pops. Don't forget your Game Boy. Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, those are things. Come on over. This is not going to be good for me. This is not going to be good for me. I appreciate the permission, and I am glad that there are still people out there who have slumber parties, have sleepovers. I have to ask a question, and I need you to be honest with me, Mac. Do you have pillow fights? I know that's a trope for young girls to do, teenage or college girls in horror movies, but do you and your buddy, after the Calgary Stampede, is that a hockey game? Or do they actually have like a stampede? Is this like a running of the bulls in Canada? Huh? What is the stampede in Calgary? I should have looked this up. I'm going to leave that open to you. Tell me what it is, and tell me what's the worst pillow fighting injury you have received during your slumber parties at the age of 40. Thank you very much. Next, we have a comment from Derek Sutton. He says, this is so hard to read. I thought raw dogging was a reference to eating a hot dog without a bun. Was always confused why my dad always said he regretted raw dogging. I'm just kidding. I don't have a dad. And there you have it. I had to include that because the comment was so ridiculous. If it's true, I'm sorry for your loss, Derek. I wish you the best. I'll be your dad. I don't mean that. I don't want the responsibility. I'm sure you'll land on your feet. Best of luck to you, Derek. Jesus. That was rough. I apologize. Next comment. This next one better dig me out of this hole, because I'm not getting out. Next comment comes from Heather. She says, even though your Kiwi accent may have offended someone somewhere, by the imaginary, unofficial power vested in me, I hereby dub thee an honorary Kiwi. I don't know what that accent was. If I had not offended thee, I have now. I have definitely offended the entire island of New Zealand with that. That wasn't a New Zealand accent. Not even remotely. However, I am technically hereby dubbed an honorary Kiwi. Since I am a Kiwi, does that make everything that I say spoken with a Kiwi accent? Because I'm a Kiwi now. Think about it. You might have to say imaginary unofficial power. Well, that's completely different than how I say. I can't do accents. Dickhead. That's the only... the official Kiwi word is dickhead. Dickhead. That's the only thing I can say. And that's probably wrong too. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it very much. And I am glad that you were not offended. Although you didn't say you were not offended. You said that my accent may have offended someone somewhere. That someone somewhere may have been Heather. I won't apologize for it. I'm sticking by it. And if that makes me a dickhead, I'm okay with it. Let's go to my favorite part of the show, the Ask Bandrew segment. Welcome to the Ask Bandrew segment. Have you been enjoying listening to me on a massive foam pill? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have questions that you want answered, go to AskBandrew.com. There are instructions on how to send in audio, video, and text. I do prefer audio and video submissions, sub 1 minute if possible. I like those because then I don't have to read. We get to hear how you sound on your equipment, and you'd get a break from me reading. I am sure after this episode, all of you will be begging for a break from me. Let's jump to the first AskBandrew.com. 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 Let's jump to the very first submission. It is a video submission from France. Take it away.
Greetings, Earthling. Today we're reviewing a mixer. So, let's see what's in the box. So in the box, you got a mixer. What a surprise. If you're interested in this guy, it will cost you around $50. Like always, I'll throw some links in the description below. You also get the USB-C to USB-A cable and some strange stickers. Damn. Now, I'll be quiet for a second so you can hear the noise flow. That's kind of noisy. So, Bandrew. First question, how you can wear that all the time? I don't know. It's far too warm. Do you live near the North Pole? I don't know how you can do that. Second question. I'm Nico from France. I'm a physics teacher and I want to improve my audio. Which interface should I choose for solo podcasting and YouTube videos? I think I'm gonna buy the SE Electronic V7 and I have no interface. I don't play any instruments. I'm not a guitar hero like you. And I have only one mic to plug in. So can you help me, Bandrew? Thank you. Thank you for all your video. It's always a pleasure to see you. So see you in the next episode. Energize.
Nico, thank you very much for the voice submission. I appreciate you very much. The first question is, how can I wear this all the time? When he said this, he pointed to his head. On his head, he adorned the podcastage wear, a beanie. For the Canadians, a toque. Or for those who want to know what it is actually called, a watch cap. How can I wear a watch cap all the time? I suffer for the art. I suffer for the art. Also, yes, I do live near the North Pole. What you can't see, I film with forced perspective. I am very, very small. I work in Santa's workshop. That's where I get all these microphones. I make everybody else build them for me. It's a secret of the trade. Something that I've been doing. You will notice, though, I switched to a much cooler corduroy baseball cap. Yes, this is corduroy, if you can't tell. And when I say cooler, I mean temperature-wise, not in terms of fashion sense. I don't think I have any of that. But Nico did commit. He was wearing a green hoodie and a black watch cap. I respect the commitment. Nico suffered for the art the same way that I suffer for the art. But on to the main question. What interface should you get for a single microphone for podcasting YouTube? You don't play instruments. I have a couple. If you want simple with a bit of potential processing and you want to have some form of mixing capabilities, I have two options. First one being the Elgato Wave XLR. I like this because it does have the mute button. Big drawback here, it only has a 3.5 millimeter headphone output. So if you have speakers, if you have monitors, this will not cut it for you. If you like that idea of the digital mixer though, Focusrite Vocaster 1, single XLR output, has it has a set of balanced 1/4 inch outputs for your studio monitors. 6.35 millimeter, did I get that right? It's a 1/4 inch headphone output on the front. So you got your headphone output, speaker output, single microphone input. You can't connect instruments, you can't connect line. And yeah, if you want that digital mixing capability. Then if we want to look at more high-end performance, we'll get less features around this same price. The first one would be the Audient ID4. The preamps in this thing are outstanding. You get a single XLR combination jack, so you could do microphone or line level, and you also have an instrument input. Really just a great, simple audio interface if you just want great preamps. And the last one would be the SSL2. I have the SSL2 Plus here. I don't have the SSL2, but the SSL2. This might actually be too overkill for you because you're getting a lot of ins, a lot of outs. You're getting MIDI, I think. I don't know what the 2 has. You're getting 2 preamps. That might be a bit too much for you, so ignore that. You get killer preamps in here. You get the 4K switch, so you get a little bit of coloration on your microphone, but I don't think that'll be necessary for you. And yes, it is that dusty. If you were just listening, the SSL is very, very dusty. That's bad for it. Okay. Hopefully that helped you, Nico. I appreciate the video submission, and thank you for suffering for the art as well. Next, we have a voice submission from Jeff. Take it away, Jeff.
Hello, Bandrew. My name is Jeff. I am a long-time listener, first-time caller, as one used to say. For the sake of clarity and simplicity, I am recording this message through an Evo 4, an Audient Evo 4. I will not do any post-processing, nor any kind of magical studio stuff on the back end of this. And the reason for this submission is because I have heard a few of your listeners submit questions about various microphones and talking about lavalier mics. And that brings me to the microphone that I am using, which is an Audio-Technica Pro 70. I have not been given any money nor provided anything for this microphone. I bought it for my own purposes some years ago and have used it on quite a few videos on YouTube to fairly, good success, if I may say so myself. I am fairly pleased with the sound, whether I'm singing or speaking. And for those of your listeners who are looking for a reasonably high quality lavalier mic, certainly with lavalier microphone kinds of limitations, I would humbly suggest that this is a reasonably good selection for a reasonably modest price. Thank you so much for what you do. I really appreciate your podcast and what you're creating on YouTube. I watch you all the time and am subscribed, and wish you all the best in your continued ventures. Thanks, bye.
Jeff, thank you very much for the voice submission. I really appreciate it. My name Jeff. Is that how the meme goes? Is this to hello, fellow kids? Is that how it's coming off? Because in my head, that's exactly how it's coming. Hello, fellow kids. I got my little skateboard here. I'm going to go do a kickflip and break my hip. Jeff is using an Audient Evo 4 He's using the Audio-Technica Pro 70 lavalier microphone, and I looked this up. The lav mic costs around $140. It seems to have a permanently attached cable that runs to what I believe is the battery pack. And out of the battery pack, it has a 3-pin XLR port. There you go. I've got nothing else to say. I think that sounds pretty good for a lavalier microphone. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert on lav mics. I need to test out about 100,000 of them before I'll feel comfortable doing anything. But from somebody who uses them, I think that sounds good. Well done, Jeff. Thank you very much for the comment and the recommendation. Best of luck on all that you do. And the final submission that we have comes from Zane. Take it away, Zane.
Hey there, good morning. I have a small issue with, I think, what is ground loop. I think that my current setup, I'm recording my SEV7 into the Motu M2 audio interface with my Copal cables that I know are not dodgy or anything like that, but I have seen that a few times, actually more than a few times. My friends on Discord can also hear that there's some kind of static that's coming through the microphone. I don't know what exactly it is, but whatever it is, I don't like it, and I want to know how to fix it, because I've tried grabbing the iFi Defender thing, which I'm actually going to return because I know it didn't fix my issues just now, but I'm running that into my setup currently, and you can still hear that when I open up a game on my computer. I'm actually going to open up the Valorant really quick. You can hear that there is a really heavy static noise that comes through, and I don't know what to do about it, because I've tried just ankling my microphone away. I've tried using, I guess, different techniques of just keeping my mic distance from the computer, and it just doesn't work because every time I can still hear it. So I'm going to boost this a little bit in post too, so you can hear what's going on. So now the game is closed and it's back to somewhat normal, I think, which doesn't really help me because I like to stream, and if I stream games and there's this audio buzzing noise in the background, I don't think it's going to be very pleasant for my audience. So this was boosted 20 dB in post, and I'm not entirely sure again what the hell is going on. So I'd appreciate any kind of guidance or feedback as to what I can do to make this a little bit less painful on the ears. All right, thanks.
Zane, thank you very much for the voice submission. I really do appreciate you. It's been a while since I've done that. That felt good. That felt real good. To summarize, Zane says he has an issue with interference in his audio recording when he opens up a game. Stop for a second. I'm pumping the brakes. I'm putting the car in reverse. I'm turning this car around. I am taking you home. I want to point something out. Before you opened up a game and before you boosted your audio a bunch, I heard so much hiss. So much hiss in your recording. I don't know what is happening, but good golly gee willikers, that's a lot of that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of hiss. Either something is completely wrong with your setup, or your computer fans are just blaring all the time. I think that's the first issue that needs to be resolved because, good golly, that's a lot of hiss. So focus on that. Try to find out what's causing that. But I don't think that's exactly what you were talking about, because that doesn't sound like a ground loop. That doesn't sound like digital interference, and it doesn't sound like what you demonstrated when you boosted up the audio. I think you are getting some form of electromagnetic interference, and I am speaking way out of my lane here because I don't game. I don't have any graphics cards sitting around that really get taxed when I open up Minecraft 2.0. I don't know what uses graphics cards really hard. I don't understand it. But I have heard that some graphics cards do have really bad shielding, and that could throw off electromagnetic interference and make its way into your audio. So I have a couple of recommendations. Like I said, speaking way off base here, this is not my realm of expertise. So first thing I should say is, I want to pass this off to anybody listening to this episode or watching this episode. Have you experienced what Zane demonstrated in his voice submission? And if so, how did you resolve it? How did you resolve that? Is there something that is an easy fix to get rid of that? Now I have asked the question. I have passed it on to people much more wiser than me. As you can tell, I don't even understand how to speak English good. I did that intentionally because I know somebody who's just about to get angry. He just said, I can't speak English good. Yeah. Anyway, I have a couple of, this is way off the rails. Couple of recommendations. I think you need to tear all of that down. I don't mean like break it or anything. I just mean unplug everything, set it off to the side. All I want on your desk is your laptop. Not even the monitor. The secondary monitor, unplug it, move it over there. It's with the other stuff. It's all getting taken care of. It's all nice and set down nicely. You're not damaging anything. Unplug everything, move it off to the side. You just got your laptop. Now, I want you to connect your audio interface to your device, to the laptop. I don't want you to connect anything to your audio interface. Then, I want you to hit record. Then I want to see if that sound is still in there. If it is, we know there's something funky going on. It's introducing that RFI into your interface or into the cable between your interface and your computer. Then we got serious issues. I don't know the resolution there. I don't know how to solve that if the computer is causing the interference in the cable that is connected to the computer. Maybe some kind of ferrite bead on the cable would help. Maybe, probably, possibly. That's something you could try. If you record that and you don't have that digital interference, then go ahead and add the XLR cable and the microphone, then record, see if that picks it up. If you still don't have the noise, then slowly start to add all the devices back into your setup so everything is set up the way that you had it. The reason we are doing this is we are trying to determine what component in your entire setup is causing that interference and where that interference is getting introduced into your system. Is it at the interface level? Is it the cable between the interface and the computer? Is it the XLR cable? Is it the microphone? What is causing it? Where is the interference coming from? Is it the computer's graphics card? Is it the camera? Is it some power cable? Is it what is causing it? That's what we are trying to do. We are just trying to do the whole process of elimination to determine where the issue is stemming from, where it is actually becoming an issue, and then we can go from there. But also other people know a lot more than me, so check the comments on YouTube because they know way more than me. I don't use Windows. I don't game. I don't have a gaming PC with a fancy graphics card that just whirs up when I open up Team Beat 2. What is it? Team Fortress 2. That's a game. I don't know if that's intensive or not. You get the point. Listen to somebody else because they know what they're doing. They understand your plight more than me because I don't use the equipment that you have. I'm rambling at this point. That's all that I've got for you. I hope that was somewhat helpful. If my recommendation does help, first off, good job me. Secondly, let us know what was causing the issue in the comments because I am sure that will be an issue that comes up again in the future. That is it for the what you had to... No, that wasn't what you had to say. That was it for the Ask Bandrew segment. Now we have a movie of the week. The movie this week is titled Dead Man's Shoes. This is from 2004. It is a British thriller, horror, action, revenge movie. It's something. This movie is about a guy. This guy has a brother who is, as they put it, what do they call him? They call him simple-minded. So Guy 1 has a simple-minded brother. Guy 1 goes off into the military, and while Guy 1 is off in the military doing whatever he's doing, In this town, a bunch of people start messing with Guy 1's simple-minded brother. They just start messing with him, just goofing around with him, having fun with him. Being a bunch of absolute jerks to him, I think my window might blow in. There's so much wind outside. But they're being a bunch of jerks to him, and when Guy 1 comes back from the military, that's where the movie starts off. And we get to see Guy 1 go around and get revenge on everybody who was mean to his brother. Sounds like a pretty simple premise. And in 2004, I'm sure this was a lot more shocking. Maybe for a lot of people it is very shocking, but for me, I'm kind of desensitized. I'm not bragging. I am concerned about myself with how desensitized I am. But it's not the goriest movie. It is not the most action-packed movie. It's the reason I liked it so much, the reason I wanted to mention it, is it actually made me feel something. It actually made me feel something. And this type of movie, revenge movies, horror movies, gore fests, thrillers, they typically don't make you feel anything. But this one, I felt like I got punched in the stomach. I swear it was, I did not see, I'm not going to say anything about it, anything more, because I've told you pretty much everything that's on the back of it, I think. And I don't think I gave away anything, but watch it. If you want a thriller movie, if you want a British movie, if you want a revenge story, it's incredible. It's really well done. Loud cars and wind are attacking me right now, attacking you, the listener of this show. This is just unacceptable. I can't believe the environment and other human beings would dare exist while I am doing this. Well, I would like the environment to continue to exist while I'm recording because I need the air to breathe. Oh well, I guess I'll have to deal with the wind trying to blow over my home. What if it's the big bad wolf? Oh my god! He's eating them, and then he's going to eat me. Oh my god! Ben from Tourette's podcast loves that movie. If you don't know what that's from Troll 2. When I first watched Troll 2, I actually got angry because I bought this box set, a little twofer. It had Troll and then Troll 2. I watched Troll and I thought that was a fun movie. I enjoyed that. I put in Troll 2 and I was angry because it's called Troll 2. It doesn't even have trolls in the movie. It has goblins. Trolls and goblins are different. I was actually angry. Only when I realized that this movie is regarded as one of the worst movies ever, and people would watch it and laugh at it, was I able to go back and enjoy it. Because initially, on initial viewing, I was legitimately angry. I was actually upset about it. But back to the movie and the whole, oh my god, thing, that comes from a scene where there's a boy who has been stuck into a pot, like he was a plant. Like a pot for a plant. And they'd stuck him in there, or they cemented him in there somehow. Maybe with their spit, maybe with cement. I don't know. And he looks up on the balcony and he sees a bunch of goblins eating one of his friends. And he says, they're eating her, and then they're going to eat me. Oh my god! It's one of the greatest moments in cinematic history. It's perfect acting, perfect cinematography, perfect sound, everything. Just beautiful. Everybody was firing on all cylinders. The only reason I didn't like it, the only thing that made me angry, was the fact that I liked Troll. And I went in expecting trolls. Nope, I got goblins. And they were in a town called Nilbog. And then when you look in the mirror, oh my gosh, Nilbog is goblin backwards. I've completely lost my mind. I've got nothing else. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next Sunday, I will talk at you. I love you so much. You are the best. Maybe there will be something to discuss next week. I will talk to you then. Goodbye. Woo, 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 woo.
This has been a Geeks Rising production. Your executive producer is Bandrew Scott. For more information, head over to www.geeksrising.com.